Today we're flying Austrian Airlines, but how does their economy class hold up on a long-haul journey? Starting from the heart of Europe at Vienna International Airport, aboard their sleek Boeing 787 Dreamliner, heading straight for Washington, D.C. From boarding procedures to seat comfort and legroom and economy, amenities like pillows and blankets for the long haul. And of course, the all-important in-flight meal. Is it worth your miles or your money? Let's get on board, have a beer with me, and find out. Woo! Welcome back, YouTubers, to another Matt's Moments. We are in Vienna, Austria. We just took the CAT, which is the city airport train from downtown Vienna. Let's get upstairs, find our airline, and tell you more about the journey we're about to go on. So this particular train is quick and easy, but expensive compared to the other option to get to and from the city of Vienna. There's a OBB red train, and then the lime green train you see behind me. One is 14.90 euro, the other is about 5 euro. So it depends on what you want to do. The 5 euro, you take about 8 or 9 stops and get there a little later. And the journey I am talking about is Austrian Airways. Me and Jamie are going to check out the new 787s that came out this year of 2024 on the route to Washington, Dulles. It used to be a 767 older bird. We're gonna go get checked in, get out of this cold, and go see what the Vienna Airport has to offer. Austrian Air commenced operations in March of 1958. It has a fleet size of 67 airplanes and flies to 121 destinations. Its parent company is actually Lufthansa, and they are a part of the Star Alliance, making it possible to connect to anywhere in the world. Unfortunately, this is not a business class flight. It's an economy. Let's see what they have to offer. See how good this is. The way of checking in was with the kiosks, and some of them were glitching and causing panic for some travelers. If you're checking a bag, you scan your boarding pass, and these machines will print out your bag tag, and then drop your bag when the bag drops. So check-in was a little goofy because just machines weren't working, but all checked in, boarding pass in hand, carry-ons. Let's get through security and see, let's see if there's a lounge here. What do you say, babe?
Yes, lounge time.
Gates D, follow the signs. And if you want to spend 10 to 15 euros extra, you can get fast track, or if you have first or business class. I didn't feel that was needed for us today because the line didn't seem too long and we had arrived super early. And if you're still hungry or need some food before going through security, right behind me in Terminal 1, you can get some. I'll see you on the other side of security. See how long this takes. She timed it and it took about 13 or 14 minutes. Now we're going to go into duty free. Maybe we'll find something to take back to the States to enjoy. So that was fairly painless on the bank account. We got a little bit of chocolate liquor Mozart style. Let's see if that's any good. Going to check out this Vienna Lounge. The lounge did offer a deal to get in, and I must say for what they provide inside, this is a fantastic deal. However, Priority Pass will get you in as well. Here. Wow, when did it start raining? Got lucky with a couple seats by the window. You know me, I love airplane spotting and just being a nerd. Let's go get some food and a drink. The Vienna Lounge offered a heck of a extensive buffet of plenty of items to choose from. This is why I said it's worth that deal. And plus, champagne and wine bar, why not? Let's get some bubbly, let's start this morning right. Jamie took the honor of pouring our glasses. So I chose some eggs. I'm gonna try their mushroom sauce on it with some donut potato rings, spicy meatloaf, and apple juice and champagne. There is plenty of seating, or we were just lucky that morning and it was empty. Everything from big comfy seats to somewhat formal dining setup, and for you parents and or cool aunt and uncles out there, there's a kids section. But here's my favorite part of the lounge, an outdoor terrace, aka smoking section. But that's okay. You can plain spot and get some fresh air Away from the smokers, of course. So that's not just rain out there, that's sleet. So these planes will get de-iced. All lounge times must end. Now we gotta go make our way and see if there's passport control, which I imagine there is, and board this plane. Let's roll. Have no fear, passport control isn't too far of a walk, but play it safe and give yourself plenty of time, especially with a little store right before it. Some more shops. Quick and easy and through. Look at that. Airport provides rented strollers. But now let's head to D27. Should be time for boarding. The way boarding works is they board by groups 1 through 6. Somehow I got group 4, somehow she's group 6. We got lucky, we're sitting in seats 16H and K, and the row to ourselves, so it should be a pretty pleasant flight. This plane is barely half full, my kind of flight. And for you solo travelers out there, an empty plane means poor man's business class. Vienna definitely did things a little interesting. Only groups 1, 2, 3 could go into the seating area, while the other peasants had to stand outside the ropes and look in. So these little satellite terminals remind me of the old Newark International Airport days, only because it's circular. There's a bar, big bar in the middle, and then off to the other side is a restaurant. So there are a couple options once you get through passport control. Now they lined us all up. Finally moving. I'll see her on the plane. There she is, 787-900, taking me to Washington Dulles. This 787 was originally delivered to Bamboo Airlines in 2020, right before the pandemic. And off to the left here is a 767 that is an example of what used to fly into Dulles. Now it goes to JFK. This 4,400 mile journey would take us about 9.5 hours, clipping Iceland, south of Greenland, and into North America. Today we'll be sitting in the front of the economy class in row 16 H and K. Economy class on your typical 787 is a 333 layout with Recaro, not fancy seats. Upon arrival to your seat, you see a nice red pillow and a blanket to curl up in if you're cold. This plane should get de-iced. Frozen window. Now let's have a little tour of your seat back of these Recaro seats. All regular economy seats have a 9-inch screen followed by a literature pocket underneath, and this is a new one, a device safety chart, your safety card, and your Inflight magazine. You do have a charging USB-A port and a headphone jack. I didn't see any plugs around. Looking down at your legroom, it's not spectacular, but it's definitely above average and pretty standard. There's another pocket underneath the tray table that has your headphones they give you, and 2 other pockets to put things in. Don't forget your stuff. Having a look at the blanket, it felt like a fleece blanket, so I know it would keep you pretty warm. It feels cold on the airplane. Having a look at the tray table now, it's a bifold tray table with a cup holder initially, and then you can fold it out for your meal service and set your laptop up to get things done. But be mindful, don't get it crushed by people putting their seats back.
Boarding completed.
So the seats recline nicely. That's a decent recline for economy. And I almost forgot to mention, there are no air vents, but there are lights above you. In the comments below, tell me if you need air vent. Let's do a quick lab tour before we take off, before it gets messy. Nothing fancy about this one. Normal style. Baby changing table. Handle. Coat hooks if you're changing. And let's get back to our seat. We were all loaded up and a little delayed, waiting for our turn to push. When frozen precipitation hits the airport, it changes up the push times, like this JFK flight pushed before us when they were scheduled to leave after us. After a 30-minute wait or more, we finally got our turn to push to go de-ice. pulled into the de-icing pad. I was fascinated to see what the de-icing trucks look like, because I'm like, where's the fluid? I'm very experienced with de-ice trucks, and these trucks are rather small. So I'm impressed there's enough in the tank to spray it down with Type 1, which is a propylene glycol that is mixed with water up to 50% and also heated to 160 degrees or higher to properly remove snow and ice. And then anti-ice is applied. It is lime green, 100% glycol, and it does not need to be heated to be effective. It keeps from snow and ice from accumulating on the airplane before taking off. We actually got done first since the other plane pulled in before us. But let's get to the runway because there's nothing to see out this messy window. That's better. Blue skies and above the clouds. Now that we're airborne, let's have a look at the IFE. Plenty of movies, audio, kid zone, stay fit and relax. You name it, there's lots of topics you can thumb through. I got the headphones out that they provided, and they're god awful, but they'll do. I really need to get a set for travel and wireless. I settled with the movie Trap with Josh Hartnett about a terrorist. Before I got too far into my movie, and man, I was ready for a beer and watch with my movie. Got the tray table down, busted out the chips I bought in the airport, and got a beer. Wine and beer seemed to be included with snacks and meals, just so you knew. The flight crew was very prompt because the meal service wasn't too far behind. I opted for the vegetarian. And here's a travel hack. Put your butter underneath your tray so that it becomes easily spreadable. And here it all is. A rigatoni pasta dish with mushrooms and zucchini with tomato and cheese sauce, with a mini salad, some cake, and a roll to go with. I got excited when we definitely made our way over Iceland, one of my favorite countries in the world. And luckily it was a clear day, which is rare, seeing these beautiful landscape and snowiness down below. And if you know what you're looking for, you will notice the new lava field down below. And these new fissures have been erupting off and on near the airport in the Blue Lagoon over the last few years. And now, at the flight attendant's request, it was time to dim our windows and get some shut-eye and simulate sleep.
2 hours later.
I got a nice nap in and woke up to a nice cup of water. We were somewhere over Greenland, so I quickly looked out the window, and this is all you could see, which was kind of a bummer. But every time I've flown over Greenland, it's always been cloudy, except for maybe a handful of times in my life. With 4 hours to go, let's get some stretching in. Get that circulation rolling. We're a little behind on schedule by about 30 minutes. Sometimes that'll play a big factor in your connections. So let's see what time we get on the ground. 4 hours to go. Here's a lap one more time. No baby changing table in this one. Luckily I went when I did because we encountered some very rough turbulence where the seatbelt signs had to be turned on. Let everybody know, don't get up. As soon as we hit the turbulence, it was as quick as we got calm air again. It wasn't that long. I decided to get the laptop out and get some editing done. This is my KLM video. If you haven't seen it, check the link below. I'll leave it there for you. We were somewhere over Quebec, Canada, and Jamie was struggling to pass the time, so she decided to play some chess. And she was deep in thought. Soon enough, our last little meal came around. Warm tomato, cheese, and maybe onion. Just incorrect. Cheese, tomato, and pesto. Actually delicious. I want like 2 or 3 more.
Jolly good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First off speaking, we just left our cruise altitude. It means we are around 20 minutes delayed today. Basically, that was the long ongoing de-icing process. Yeah, I hope you had a comfortable stay aboard.
As we make our way down into Dulles, Let's talk about this flight. I thought it was pretty standard and above average for an economy class long haul. We'll start from the beginning. The check-in process was a little goofy, but it was clean and worked once you got the machines to work correctly. And then that Vienna Lounge. That Vienna Lounge was amazing considering I didn't expect the lounge to be available. And as for your onboard experience, the food was okay, the staff was great, and the seats weren't too bad, but not as cushiony as you hoped. Aside from booking on AustrianAirlines.com, you can book through code shares like Air Canada Points or Lufthansa or United. Any one-star alliance could possibly get you on this route or similar. So transfer your miles from your credit cards and go see the world. And if you made it this far, Jamie and I can't thank you enough for enjoying this journey with us. Hit that like button for us, subscribe if you're not already, share with your friends and family, and tell me if you have flown in the comments below on Austrian Airlines. See you in the next adventure. Stay till the end. You don't want to miss how you get off the plane and go to customs. It's not your typical way either.
Very good, the same slides.
If this is your first time connecting internationally through Dulles International Airport, you have to get off the plane and board these people movers that takes you to the main terminal to collect your bags, go through customs, and then connect on your flight to head on further. Make sure you have plenty of time because sometimes this takes a while, even if you're delayed. See you in the next video. Goodbye.